Here's why pop music sucks. Pop music sucks because it's pop music, and it's always sucked. And when you're stuck with a 3-minute format to work with, there's not going to be a whole lot of creativity going on there. And to prove a point here, I have an article at Loudwire. This came out in August. This is by Graham Hartman, talking about 15 artists, rock bands in particular, who hated their own #1 hits. And there's always this back and forth between the artist, the radio stations, the record labels. And if I have to hear Stairway to Heaven or Sweet Home Alabama one more time, I swear to you, I'm going to break my radio. And I don't own a radio. Well, I do, but I don't listen to it. And who made this rule that you have to listen to hip-hop, rap, heavy metal to be cool? No, I determine what's cool. It's like yesterday. Got one neighbor over here, they're working on the apartment next door to me. And they've got some crap pop song on. It's one of these numbers. Baby, 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 I love you 'cause you know it's true. Baby, 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 love me back 'cause it's what you gotta do. And then on the side of me, my other neighbor's singing way off key to another one of these crap pop songs. And the worst consumers of pop music, I hate to say it, are you chicks out there. Not trying to be biased here, not trying to be sexist, but the worst consumers of pop music are chicks. I cannot stand chick music. Please, no more chick music. I know it makes you feel good and you want to dance and you want to get down with your booty. But please, no more chick music. And no more songs with the word baby in them. Thank you, Justin Bieber. Now, yesterday, while this is all going on, I'm listening to this really cool piece by a little-known composer named Johann Wilhelm Wilms, Symphony No. 7. You got to check this piece out. Even if you don't like classical music, you got to listen to this piece. Open your windows, crank this piece. I know for a lot of people, a 28-minute symphony is a challenge, but expand your mind a little bit. You're going to be really surprised. This is a really cool piece. And you want to talk about bass? This has got more bass than hip-hop, rock, and pop music combined. And that's just the low brass. I'm not even talking about the double basses that are part of this piece. So go check this piece out, the Symphony No. 7 by Johann Wilhelm Wilms. You're going to be really surprised. Open your windows, let your neighbors hear it. Don't be afraid to let your neighbors hear it, because they might actually learn something. Like there was great music being created before they were born. So let's get to this article at Loudwire about these 15 artists who hated their own #1 hits. By Graham Hartman, came out in August. Starts out by saying, hating your own songs is like hating your own children. Surprisingly common in this gallery. We'll offer you the stories behind rock and metal's all-time biggest tracks, and the songwriters who regretted some of their most popular cuts. The reasons behind an artist publicly decrying their most iconic works are complicated. Often it's because the song becomes so gigantic that their band starts attracting the wrong type of fan. Other times the track becomes so inescapable that playing it live every night starts to feel like an obligation instead of a joy. And music should never feel like that. You should always be proud of what you create. But again, you've got to give the artist a chance to breathe, to be creative. How about going for a 5 or 6 minute song? More music, less commercials, and something of quality. Growing up is another huge factor, being unable to relate to the lyrics they penned or the riffs they wrote. So here are the artists, these rock bands that hated their own #1 hits. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Kurt Cobain hated the song so much he threatened to throw down his guitar and quit. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child O' Mine. Slash famously used to hate his iconic lead from Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child O' Mine. I hated it for years, the guitar icon admitted, but it would cause such a reaction, so I finally gotten to appreciate it. To this day, Sweet Child remains the only #1 single by Guns N' Roses in the United States. Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. Long before years of legal battles over the Led Zeppelin song, Robert Plant grew to dislike Stairway to Heaven, More specifically, Plant believed the song's instrumental sections were top-notch, but found it could no longer relate to its abstract lyrics. And that's another thing. Quit trying to create these pieces of music that are so out there with abstract lyrics that nobody can understand. Don't be writing your music for academics. Write it for the regular person who can relate to it. And he said he would break out in hives if he ever played this in another show. Metallica. And another thing, too. I'm sorry, but these album covers for a lot of these rock groups, rap groups, you know what? There's no originality there. There really isn't. I don't see a whole lot of originality in a lot of these covers. To me, it just seems mundane. Go take a look at some of these classical music covers, album covers, or jazz covers. It'll really surprise you. Some of them are pretty out there. Metallica, Escape. And James Hetfield isn't into the lyrics he wrote for Escape. Hetfield avoided playing the song for decades until Metallica jammed Ride the Lightning in full at Orion Fest, which a singer called one of his worst nightmares. Pinball Wizard. Now, Tommy is actually pretty good. If you've never seen Tommy, it's actually pretty good, I have to admit. But that scene with Elton John and the big glasses and whatever he's wearing and the camera angle, oh, that's the worst. It's the worst. Apparently, The Who's biggest hit. Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party. The pivotal rap group hated Fight for Your Right to Party. The New York trio ended up hating the jockish feel of the song and even admitted it turned the young rap group into exactly what they'd set out to make fun of. Dio or Dio, Rainbow in the Dark. One of Ronnie James Dio's most unique songs, or Dio, led by an anthemic keyboard part and uplifting lyrics. However, Dio almost destroyed the master tapes to the classic song, initially thinking the song was too poppy. Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. Now this is funny. Brian May, the guitarist of the group, said he didn't like the song because he thought it celebrated Freddie Mercury's lifestyle. Found it to be too hedonistic. Then you have Evanescence, My Immortal. Now, this is sad. She said a lot of people like this song, but she said the piano part was done, I think, in her father's office, and it was put on some type of master tape. She even threatened to destroy the master tapes. That's just right up there with having to record in the men's bathroom. You get that bad echo? They did that back in the day. Radiohead, Creep. Don't ever ask for this song in a show, otherwise I'll tell you to F off. This happened several times when the frontman Tom York yelled at a fan saying, blank off, we're tired of it, after somebody requested the song Creep at a Montreal show. Oasis, Wonderwall. I can't blank and stand that blanking song, the former Oasis frontman said. Every time I had to sing it, I want to gag. You have to go to America and they're like, are you Mr. Wonderwall? You want to chin someone. Warrant, Cherry Pie. Then you have Run DMC and Aerosmith, Walk This Way. When Rick Rubin suggested to Run DMC that they should remake Aerosmith's Walk This Way as a hip-hop anthem, both Reverend Run and DMC hated the idea, but Jam Master Jay was open to it, initially writing off the Aerosmith song as hillbilly gibberish. And then you have Heart, All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You, enough said. And finally, REM, Shiny Happy People. In fact, Michael Stipe hated the song so much, he refused to put it on his 2003 Greatest Hits album. So this is at Loudwire, 15 artists who hated their own rock, or their own number one hits, mostly rock groups here. And this is by Graham, like I said, Graham Hartman, find it at Loudwire. Thank you for being with me. A one-take video today. Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. I'll catch you next time. God bless this great country. All that fun jazz. And then you can also follow me at Instagram, hashtag Jason Composes, or find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this great country. As I said, I'm repeating myself here, but it's a one-take video. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.